Hi, the Sec Greens Bonder, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you get all those questions answered as quickly as we can. And if we don't get to them, we'll get to them to the next show. So just a reminder, we do lives here on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central, and Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central. So make sure you mark that down on your calendar. Hello, Dark. My chat section is working today. Yay! So I can see what you're talking about. Anyways, let's get started. Make sure you think of a lot of questions for today. Today's title, if you look at the top of the video, it's Plan B and Michael Saylor on Bitcoin. And I've been watching many of their videos as of late. Maybe not Plan B, but people do talk about him quite a bit. And they've all been saying the same thing about the bounce that's going to be coming in August. Okay. So let's have a closer look at that bounce. Are they correct? Okay. Hopefully, a lot of you are getting into the Bitcoin at this nice, cheap price. Went up to 30,000 today, Canadian, that is. So that's probably 25,000 American, something around there. So let's have a look a little closer at the Bitcoin bounce. Are these people correct? Okay, so it seems that the health of this situation, the idea, is very correct. We got the Ace of Cups right off the hop. So it's right at this moment in time, it's an emotional boost, okay, right now that we're experiencing. Of course, later from July to August, we're almost at the end of July, of course, into the middle of August, we're going to have this nice up, and then it's going to come down sharply for a short period of time, and then it's going to go. Okay, and that's what all the experts have been saying. I do believe we're going to be bouncing it around the 14th, maybe 12th, around that period of time. Okay, so just be ready with those extra nickels or loonies and toonies if you're a Canadian to get as much Bitcoin as you can. Not financial advice, of course. I can't do that. I'm not a financial advisor anymore. But if you want to, it might be a good thing. So it seems that at the end of this cycle, all the hard work is going to be paying off. And it's going to be really pissing off the people in power that it had done that. The banking industry, the governments of the world, and all the people that are hanging on for dear life in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world, white knuckling, holding on to their cryptos. That is going to be pissing off the governments of the world right now. And as we go through this huge change between leftism into more right, it's going to swing hard to the right, everybody, coming up. Hopefully, next elections from around the world. The people in charge are not going to like this at all. They don't like you being independent in any way. So just be weary of a lot of bad talk. And I think that bad talk is going to be what brings down the price. Okay. And people afraid of the government and they might do something. Yeah. Watch their language on how they say things. The price is going to be not the greatest at the very beginning of the bounce, but later on it's going to explode within the 3-week period after the bounce. So just be aware of that coming up. And the people are involved in this, of course. All that hard work is going to be paying off. We got the Ace of Wands. Aces are always yes. So the people are going to be celebrating when all this is done. Okay? So, yes, they are correct on what they've been saying. So, have a look at Michael Saylor or Plan B, and their predictions have come true quite a few times. Okay, so have a look at that. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, somebody was asking the question about UFO coin gaming token. I think we've done this a couple times already, but let's just have a look at what it is doing now. Okay, for the next month or so. Going forward, I think we've had a look at it for the year or the last couple of years, next couple of years. So let's just have a look. I think I've said in the past that it was okay, but I think it's going to be coming some shaky period of time in the next month or so. We're going to be seeing a lot of things going on with that cryptocurrency. We got the tower here. Ooh. So the health of everything of the UFO token, it's going to be maybe a good time to buy some because the price is going to be coming down. There's some things going to be happening behind the scenes that may not be very beneficial to the platform itself in the next month. It's not forever, okay? It will alleviate itself, but there's going to be a moment in time when it's going to really ramp out. Could be when everything else is crashing as well. So just be ready with that. Okay, probably August. Okay, where a lot of things are going to be happening. The price, of course, is also saying the same thing. It's going to be coming down for a short period of time, and then it's going to be coming up. They're going to have to navigate around some SEC type of thing or inspectors. Everybody likes, all the inspectors are inspecting things. Whole lot of fun going on there. But they're going to be fighting through that, and they're going to be doing okay. Not a crypto that you got to become a millionaire with. Well, of course, depends on how much of it you have. But I am seeing that it'll be okay for the next month or so as they are going through everything else that's going on around them. And they're going to have some emotional turmoil as well with the people that are involved with this cryptocurrency platform. And of course, the games that are associated with it may not be the greatest in the next little while. Okay, that was UFO coin. Coinsquare. People are really looking hard at these exchanges and platforms that do exchanging things. Are they safe? Are they going to survive? And all that other questions. But if you're, as I always say, never ever leave your cryptocurrencies on an exchange or a third party system, because then it's not your crypto. Okay. Always, unless you're doing a trade or something, I would just keep it in your cold wallet or at least a hot wallet, just to be safer. Okay. Okay. Let's have a quick look at Coinsquare. And we got Super Whittle Guy in the house. Hello, Super Whittle Guy. And we got Domino saying hello to Super Whittle Guy. Hello, Domino. Just wondering what I'm doing here. He gets all excited. You can sit there. Okay. If he could sit still, he could be part of the show. He wants to get in with the cards. Anyways, moving on. Coinsquare. Let's have a quick look at that. I think they're going to be having a little bit of a hard time in the near future with everything going on. Everybody's being inspected, SEC, blah, 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 blah. And that's going to be coming to the Coinsquare part of the internet. Financially, I think they're going to survive. There's going to be a huge dip, and a lot of people that are worried about it. And I think they're going to be pulling out of that dive fairly well. Okay? People that are involved in it, they're going to be overturning many of the things that the SEC and all the other inspectors are looking at. And they're going to be A-OK mostly. But still, never ever leave your cryptos on an exchange, because they have moments where things go funny. Okay? Just don't be lazy with your crypto. Put it on a hot wallet, like on your phone, or a cold wallet. Just saying. Okay? So Coinsquare is going to be just fine. Coinbase. Somebody was asking about that one. One of the older businesses that have been around for quite some time. They got rid of their affiliate part of their company, and everybody was freaking out. And it just means that they have enough people that are part of them that they don't no longer need an affiliate program to bring people in. That's all that means. Okay. It was on TMI today, The Modern Investor, YouTube, that's why they pretty much quit the affiliate program, is they have enough people. And so got rid of that and moving on to other things. So just stop freaking out about Coinbase. But never ever leave your cryptos on an exchange. Just saying. Okay. Coinbase is everything that was hidden is going to be revealed, which we just talked about. And they're going to be making new partnerships going forward that are going to be beneficial to them moving forward. And I think that was the plan moving forward for that company. They're going to be fine. You have to be leery of rumors, because those rumors turned into their stock collapsing a bit. So maybe a good time to get some of that Coinbase stock. Not financial advice, of course, but you never know. The financial part of the system is going to be coming back up. There's some white hat activity actually going on in there, because we got their card in the money area. So I think they're getting on board and making things all right. They're no longer hung up on where to move forward. So I believe they're going to be just fine. Moving forward could be a good time to use their system and then quickly get out with your cold wallet, your treasure wallet, and maybe buy some stock. Okay? Not financial advice. But they're doing okay. Let's move on to the next thing. Now, somebody was asking about the U.S. quarantine. I don't know much about that. There's monkeypox things, and on YouTube and many of the other social medias, they're making it hard to talk about monkeypox thing in a certain way, that it's a thing for a small majority of our population that does unprotected things. Okay? And it's not normally for the regular couples that are out there. Okay? Gotta be careful with our language. So, but I don't know if that's what the US quarantine is about. Let's just have a look. So, this US quarantine scenario, the health of it is really there. A lot of the things politicians are trying to do right now are going to be falling flat on their face. They're going to say things, and people are not going to be following, like our wonderful things that he's doing, like every 9 months getting one of these. That's falling flat on its face because people are going to be saying, "Yeah, that was one of my fingers," and he's going to get have a hissy fit and do what just he does best and stomp his feet and cry because he's like a little child. Anyways, this U.S. quarantine thing is going to be falling flat on its face. They're going to say it and try to implement it, and most of the states are not going to be doing anything with it because they're going to be having other situations come about, like getting the country back running. Um, so a lot of um, state governors and stuff are going to be ignoring many of the things that are coming out of the White House because they want to keep their states alive in some way. So expect a lot of backstabbing within Parliament or the White House. Parliament's Canadian. Um, yeah, so expect a lot of that and a lot of people turning away from the leftist thing because of all this tomfoolery going on behind the scene or in front of the scenes. Um, as now that the U.S. is having a recession, it's official now. You're going to see a lot of changes and a lot of politicians backstabbing one another uh, in the process. And that's normal behavior. It's kind of like watching Game of Thrones, but in real life. And that's going to be happening uh, more and more as we go further into our new world. Okay? So, good things are going to be coming out of the chaos. So, be prepared. Um, build community, build up those extra skills, maybe get an extra job if you have to, do other businesses on the side. Chaos always creates new money or new systems that can be made into money. So just think of that as we go forward with everything. Okay, so I think that was our last thing. Okay. I'll make sure you get all your questions. 27,000 US. Uh, yeah, I'm seeing about that. So that'd be 34 Canadian. And then it's going to go beep for a short period of time. And then it's going to spike up. So let's just throw some cards down for that. There's a lot of confusion on that. It's going to be about 27,000 Canadian or American. You got to be careful. And a lot of the things that they were saying was going to happen aren't going to be happening, but there's not going to be having all these huge victories along the way with that price change. It's not until that nice bounce happens, and it's going to correlate with the August harvest season, maybe a little after that, when the new harvest season finishes. Uh, it's usually a short period of time after that you're going to see prices of everything go sky high, which is going to create joblessness and all that other stuff. So the cryptocurrencies is going to be more favorable in the long run with gold and silver and all that sort of thing going into the future. And that's what our new system is going to be based on. Okay, so yes to that question. Okay, thank you. Dilly, hello all. Will ever scale crypto reach $15 US or more? Okay. Let's see if we can get a yes for Dilly today. Every time it's no. But he does ask those interesting questions, new things. So Everscale, never heard of the crypto. But it is showing that it's going to be starting off slow, and maybe in a year or two, that it gets to that amount of money. But it is a definite yes. We got the Ace of Pentacles, which Pentacles is all about finances and possessions, that sort of thing. Aces are always yes. So just be aware of that. Maybe get a little bit if you can. Let's see, 5 to 10 year outlook. Okay, so 5 to 10 year outlook. I think it's going to be okay for the 5, but 6 and 7 are going to be a little rough. They may not be the big one on the block. Because we got the end of a cycle. So it's going to do well. It's going to survive many of the things and then kind of collapse in on itself in that year 6. So I don't think it's going to be a long-term one. It's going to be a short-term gainer for any of those who like to do some trading on that. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay, so hi Andre, if the stock market falls later this year, how long will it take, in your opinion, for it to come back up? Historically, it takes about 5 to 7 years time for the market to start to recover from a dead drop. Okay, if you look at 1939, I think it was, when it dropped, it took about approximately 6 to 7 years period for it to come back up to where it had been previously. And that's pretty much the same as many of our crashes that we've had in the past. 2008, it took, again, about 5-6 years for it to recover. So it'd be about that scale. Okay. But I'm thinking this next recession is going to be far worse than 1939 on a whole. So let's just see if it does do what it normally does in that 5 to 6 years, 6 to 7 years. Huh. It might. Trying to read the card here, but we got the death card. So it might really go further down than normally and be the abrupt change that the elites want to have happen. And right after that, in that period of time, it's going to be coming back with a vengeance. So, and it is the end of a cycle. Okay. Um, so yeah, about 6 to 7 years. But when it does go down, it's going to go down hard. Okay. It, it it's something that we've been seeing for a long time coming. Um, and yeah, it's not going to be fun for the next little while. Okay. Thank you for that question. How to improve your health. Okay. You have you can't answer right away. I'm just picking up a throat condition. In fact, I'm going to have a little bit of coffee. It's starting to tickle my throat a little bit. Um, you will improve your state of health by just following the basics. Okay. Uh, Eating right, exercise, sleeping well, drinking water, that sort of thing. Stop trying to look for things that are overly complex and that sort of thing. Oh, you had a thyroid surgery in the past. Okay, is that bothering you again? Because I just feel this tickle in my throat when I was focusing on your question. Yeah, just doing the basics. Maybe doing what do they call it? A certain thing, certain diet. Okay, I'm not with points or something like that. Tired a lot. Okay.
Go see your doctor.
Yeah, just go see your doctor. I can't prescribe things. I can feel things, um, and I can kind of nudge you in the right area. But I've always get into the uh, doctor to verify the things that I'm saying. And I do see something with the throat a little bit. Could be a thyroid problem for your tiredness. Okay, so maybe you might need an adjustment on your medications if you are on that. Okay, thank you for that. See your doctor. Hi, Andre. When will Blackrock type companies stop buying all the properties and keep us renting forever? When they have all the properties. Okay. I think there's going to be a huge change in that. Um, kind of the backlash that's going to be happening to them. Okay. So I do see there's going to be a backlash. A lot of people are going to be walking away from that company. And if they have no one to sell to or rent to, that's going to be very problematic in the future. So even though they're buying all the properties, if nobody has a job, nobody's going to be renting, or everybody's going to be banding together in one household and sharing the responsibilities of rent and stuff like that. And that's going to be one of the things that's going to be backfiring on them and kind of blowing up in their face, even though they have all the property, nobody's paying for it. It's going to be very problematic for them, and it is showing up in the cards. So they'll keep buying for another year or so, but everything is going to be changing for them, and it's not going to be as profitable as they were hoping for. Okay. And they may reverse on many of the things that they had bought because it's not working out for them. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Turk's giving me a bunch of diet suggestions.
Were you thinking Weight Watchers?
Weight Watchers. That would work as well. That's what me and the wife are doing. So every time I look at some food, I think points. Ooh, I wish I could have that, but it's too many points. Darn. Save your points. We're going to Foodie Goody, which is a buffet style restaurant here in Winnipeg. Will DPR Deeper Network reach $15 to $25 US in the next 3 years? Dark says, "Hey, bro, I'm not fit at all, and I chain smoke. Don't take his advice." We can all change, but we can't force others to change. The only person we can change is ourselves, right? That is a universal law. And it makes life so much easier. Okay? So will it get to that $15 to $25 in the US in the next 3 years? I'm picking up no. It may be a little longer than that. And it may not be around in that period of time. So no and no, unfortunately. Okay? The price will go up. It'll be a nice coin for trading for the next little while, but I don't think it's going to be a survivor. Okay? Thank you for that question. LunaOne. Not associated with Luna or Terra Luna, created in 2020, extended their launch till 34 more days due to current market conditions. Was this wise decision, or will it negatively affect launch? Maybe they should change their name. But, you know, it's just my opinion. Will it impact their thing? Yeah, if they launched right now, it'd probably have other ramifications because of the name and trying to get people in. They're a little gun shy at anything with the name Luna in it because of what happened. We do have that Five of Pentacles. Okay. So people outside in the cold, outside the muddy. Yeah, I think holding off is their best policy, and that might even go a little longer as soon as everything starts to straighten itself out in the cryptocurrency market, which will probably be around September in that period of time. Okay, thank you for that question. When will crypto regulations happen in the US, and how will it affect the crypto market? Well, it'll affect it negatively when it does happen. Probably in the next 4 to 5 years, it's going to finally happen. Up until that point, they're trying to put a Band-Aid on thing to where every other country is going to be accepting cryptos and regulating some framework for regulation that we can figure our way around. US is probably going to be the last one to really get into it. And when that happens, I think that's when a lot of the big money is going to be coming into it for the United States. For the rest of the world, they're going to be getting into it regardless. So, and the only thing they can regulate are the on ramps and the off ramps. And they're trying to tax things. And if it's under $100 or something like that, I heard in the US, they won't tax it. Stupid, but anyways, they're coming to an end of cycle. It's going to be 2 to 3 years actually, and a lot of hard work from the actual people running things is going to be changing the minds of the politicians. We got to stop listening to them, anyways. So that's going to be a thing. When there's a change in the politicians, that is going to be changing as well. Okay, dilly dilly. Hopefully that answers your question. And we got Marlon. Hey. Hi. Why will crypto go up in fall, winter, when financial problems will occur? It's just a change of people's thinking in the next little while. When your fiat currency is collapsing and things are becoming more expensive and your money buys less, they're going to look for things that will preserve their wealth. Okay? It's not going to happen right away, but fairly quickly, they're going to look into cryptocurrencies because they hold their value much, much better. Okay? Their purchasing power. Cryptos have much better purchasing power than fiat currencies because they are deflationary or inflationary. Where cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, hold their value much, much better and their purchasing power. Think of when Bitcoin was $1 and you have a US dollar, okay? You buy a bag of peanuts for $1, right? Either with a Bitcoin or a US dollar. Fast forward about 13 years, your $1 doesn't buy that bag of peanuts. It now costs you $2.50, let's say, a little bags. Now with your one Bitcoin, you can buy a truckload of peanuts. So think of it in those terms. Purchasing power always wins out. And when people start to figure out that cryptocurrencies hold their value much better than the old fiat system is going to go away. Okay? And this is why cryptocurrencies are going to start to go up out of necessity. Okay? Because the old system is falling apart, people are going to be going to the things that aren't falling apart as badly. Okay? And that's why we're going to have this big climb with the cryptocurrencies in the next little while. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay? Thank you. Super Whittle Guy. What do the cards say about when if Elon Musk will actually go to Mars within this lifetime? And will he be successful? I don't think he will go, but maybe one of his companies will have somebody that will go. Yeah, we're a long ways off from doing a manned mission to Mars. That's going to be much, much later in our lifetime. Maybe 10 years from now, we're going to have a manned mission to Mars, because everything has to play out, and people are going to have to focus on doing that, because everybody's focus is on other things, right? So, got to fix that, and then we're going to go do some great things after we fix everything here on this planet, to a point. But yeah, we will in the next 10 years get to Mars. I don't think it's going to be Elon himself, but probably his company. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Hi, Andre. My employer said a few months ago she could refer me new clients because she wants to focus on other business. Do you see that happen this year? I can have my own biz on the side while working for her. Okay. Having a good side business is always a good thing to do, especially right now. Okay. So in this process of her giving yes, the overall question answer to the question is yes. She is going to be referring some people to you, but it's going to take a lot of effort on your behalf, and a lot of the things that you didn't know about your own company that you're working are going to be coming to the surface. Okay. They may not be in the best position for doing business. This is probably why she's handing some business to you. Okay. They may not be equipped to handle those clients. So I could see that being the reason. So there may be a splitting of the business where you're working into different people working on the same clients. Okay. Is that for me or?
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Are you done?
Yeah, that. The wife's saying things. Do you see long-term success for Tether and Tezos? Which is better? I do see them surviving. It's not going to be without a lot of bumps and scrapes. Let's just have a look. First, will they survive? Yes, just barely. They're going to have to go through a huge government, and all those people are going to have to go through it. And a lot of the things that they've been hiding behind the scenes are going to come to the forefront, that sort of thing. But they will survive this. Okay, which is the better of the two? Tether is the better of the two, marginally. Okay. Yeah, they will survive, and I think Tether was gonna do a tiny bit better than Tezos. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Nancy Pelosi. Insider should be in jail. Nancy Pelosi is an interesting creature who likes her ice cream, by the way. As she's showing all the peasants her very expensive ice cream. If you remember that story, let me know in the comments. And of course, Mr. Joe Biden kind of likes his ice cream too. Maybe there's a correlation that lizard people like ice cream. I like ice cream, but I'm not in politics. Anyways. Nancy Pelosi. seems her health is pretty good for a lady her age. She is working on something in the background for her health and metals. Her mental capabilities are starting to go though, but physically, I believe she's okay. She is starting to have some lapses of judgment. We'll leave it at that. Um, and there's a long-term thing that she's going to be working on to improve that. I don't think it's going to be working out for her. She is in her 70s or so, or more. Financially, I think she's going to be doing okay, but something falls off a cliff financially. So for the next little while, she's okay, and something happens along the way. I think she gets sued for whatever reason in a bad way. It's going to be very newsworthy. Um, and it's from a relative. Okay, it's not from a regular person. People that are involved with her are going to be pissed off because she's going to be steering them wrong in some financial situation that she led them into. It's probably why she's going to get sued in the next little while. And she's going to be observed by an outside force, probably some government agency. So that's going to be coming up in her news cycle, if they even show it on the news, because they're probably going to be, everybody's going to be focused on monkeys for the next little while, and wars that are happening elsewhere. But it may come up a little bit in the news cycle. I don't think she's going to be retaining her seat where she is because of the narrative now that Joe is too old, and that will be a thing in the next election that you're going to be seeing a lot of for 2024. That age is going to become a very big issue. So trying to get rid of Trump getting back in. So they're going to try to push somebody younger. And Nancy Pelosi may be one of the people that goes bye-bye in that period of time. You know, of course, she'd be 85 or something like that at that moment in time. But yeah, health-wise, she's fine. Mentally, she's lapsing. Financially, she's going to be collapsing a little bit. And people are going to be really not liking her in her own family. Yeah, DeSantos. As my wife has been saying all along, the next president, that's the cute one. I asked her the question a while back. Is Trump? Or she goes, no, it's the good looking one. So I looked through all the politicians that could be in the next election, and DeSantos, pretty good looking. Or Rand Paul, maybe. Okay. That's what she said. I think I agree with her. When the BTC price drops back down in mid-August, how long will it stay down? Hopefully for a while, so we all can get in. Right? I don't think it's going to be down for that long. So it's going to be a nice, it could be a couple weeks or so, but get it while it's hot at that moment in time. Okay? It's going to be enough time to get in there and get your loonies and toonies in there to get that Bitcoin. I should stop looking at the chat. Fine is secretly in love with DeSantis. Ooh. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Got an order. Hi, Andre. Any cards for this Bitcoin Cash is up against BTC, as I told you, and BCH is becoming legal tender in the Caribbean, and the elites love to go to those islands. Will Bitcoin Cash win? I think they both will win. Not many people have been talking about Bitcoin Cash for the longest time. It's all eyes on Bitcoin. And you have to remember, Bitcoin can now do fast transactions that cost very little if you're using the Lightning Network. So it kind of takes Bitcoin Cash out of the way. But let's just have a look. Bitcoin Cash. Will they take that top spot? You have to remember, Bitcoin Cash is used in many different countries. It's going to be big in other countries, but not in the United States, unfortunately. It's big in Caribbean. It's big in South America, that sort of thing, and it's going to continue to be that along with Dash. Dash is cash, right? Just for the usefulness of that cryptocurrency. I think it's not going to be outshining Bitcoin in anytime soon. Okay. Amazon order came in. So for smaller countries, Bitcoin Cash will probably be king for the next little while. Okay. Thank you for that. Irish government passed severance cuts to the farming sector today. Will the Irish government collapse soon? That's happening all over the place. In Canada, they're trying to restrict fertilizer today, or was that was yesterday? So expect many farmers on the doorstep of your parliament of choice in the next little while. Will the Irish government go bye-bye? Yes, it's going to go bye-bye in the next little while. We got, right off the hop, we got the White Hats card that I like using. They're going to go full force on that because they want to starve everybody out. Okay, that's their plan right now, is starving everybody and not having enough food. This is where the White Hats are going to be coming in to curtail that. So expect a lot of the politicians, when there's pushback on this farming issue, to start to run away, which we're seeing a lot around the world. Politicians running away from their positions. That'll be the theme of the next couple months, is politicians running away. Okay? So thank you for that, Rosie. Silver or BTC for the next 2 years? I'd say both. Why not do both? Don't lose it. Lock it up. Get a proper safe, a proper place to lock it up, and do both. Because they're both going to be coming in effect very soon. There may be a period of time where not a lot of people have BTC or that sort of thing. So silver may be used as a thing to buy groceries and all that sort of thing. And then I think the cryptocurrencies are going to be taking over after that. Okay, so both are probably best. Okay, thank you for that. Did Buzz Aldrin go to Mars? I don't think so. Not that I've heard. No idea. Dark had lost some silver today, so. And he asked me the question.
Okay.
So
There's a Jasmy question. I don't know. Do a reading on Jasmy. I don't know where it is.
Jasmine?
Jasmy?
Well, I gotta finish this Mars thing.
Oh, you are doing that.
Apparently, yes, he did go there for a short period of time. What he was doing there, I have no idea. But it was more of an exploratory thing, and it was more of an invite from somebody. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. Okay. What's this question?
Oops. Caesar. Seriously.
Oh, Jasmy coin.
Yeah.
Okay. I've done a reading on Jasmine Coin. I think it's okay for the next little while. It's going to be a long journey for it to really pick up steam for the next little while because of things going on. The financial part is also showing that the Jasmine coin is going to be quite low. So some good purchasing moments in time. I do think it's going to be surviving everything that's going to be going on, going beyond that 10-year period of time. But it's not going to be a big hitter. Of course, everybody's attention is going to be on the bigger coins for the next little while. The more of the population will start to get into the lesser cryptocurrencies in about 4 or 5 years time. We got to educate them, and then we bring them over and they buy their cryptos, and then they get crypto smart, and then they're going to be looking into the new other cryptocurrencies that are out there. That's probably how it's going to work, right? Because nobody knows who Jasmy Coin is. Regular folks that are out there. Okay. But overall, I think there's going to be some good purchasing opportunities, and it will survive. Okay. Thank you for that question. One last one. DeSantos.
World Economic Forum?
No. There's a few politicians that were part of that group, and they quickly ran away. And there's one here in Canada. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's the PPC guy. And I think DeSantos I'm picking up was part of them and had changed his mind. Okay. So there you go. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Awesome. Always grateful for everybody that's coming out, having a good fun time in the chat here. We do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark that down on your calendar. If you like a personal reading with me, make sure you go to psychreadingsbyandre.com, where all that information is there. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, go to the same website, and we have an affiliate link to Trezor. Probably the best way to protect your cryptocurrencies in these trying times. Okay? So with that, make sure you like, subscribe. See you in the future.